Katie here, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why the internet, why now, and what are the biggest reasons. I really came, there's lots of reasons why to start an internet business, but there's really three big reasons why. And I want to go over with those with you today because over the course of the last 3 years, I actually have been online. Now, I've been more online, like more full time over the past year. But 3 years ago, I made my way online for one reason, and that was because it actually had nothing to do with money. It had everything to do with a vision and a purpose. There were things that I was really passionate about. And one of the things I'm passionate about is health and wellness. And there are still things that I want to do in that industry. I want to build in that industry. As a matter of fact, I'm building an online store right now as we speak. And it should be finished by the end of this summer, and I'm really excited. I'm in the process of building some other things as well, like my personal website, and it's exciting. It really is. I have a vision, and it just keeps getting bigger. But 5 years ago, it wasn't like that. 5 years ago, I found myself on unemployment. 5 years ago, I found myself as a new mom. 5 years ago, I recognized my daughter was in daycare 60 to 70 hours a week. And I was in a place where I wanted to make a new decision with my life. Now, I started into business for myself more full time. And I stepped out as a full-time entrepreneur. Let me tell you, it hasn't been that easy. It really hasn't. I've had great days. I've had bad days. I've had days like, what the heck am I doing here? And I've had days where I absolutely wanted to quit. And I had days that I didn't think I was going to make it. And then I had days where I was just living on cloud nine, right? Because there's nothing like creating freedom for yourself. It can be a lot of work. You can deal with a lot of personal pain that you can go through, right? Because it really takes someone of big character to really step up out on their own to make it, right? It really takes someone that's going to push past fear. You're got to push past those self-doubts. You got to push past those disbeliefs that you have in yourself, and you got to think bigger. You do. You got to think bigger. And what happens is when we step out on our own, a lot of things happen. We deal with fear of rejection. We deal with personal issues from the past can flare up. It's like everything can come against you when you choose to step out on your own as an entrepreneur. And whatever that is, right? It doesn't have to be an internet business. It can be any business, right? When you just step out to do something, for example, when I used to bodybuild, right? That takes a lot of cojones. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of work. And I definitely dealt with people like, why do you eat like that? You eat like a bird. You're so skinny. Are you sick? Are you okay? Like dealing with all these kind of naysayers because you chose to do something greater than yourself. You chose to challenge yourself, right? Let me tell you something, friend. When you have a big burning desire in you, that proves the design of who you are. And you want to answer that. Why? Because if you don't, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. If you're someone that knows that you are certifiably unemployable, you need to follow that voice because you could be that next entrepreneur that is one idea away from making millions of dollars, right? And I'm not saying that you're someone that wants to go out and make millions of dollars. I'm not saying that. You could be someone that says, hey, you know what? If I made a few $1,000s a month, a couple $1,000s a month, that would suffice and that would help my family and give me more freedom, give me more breathing room to do the things that I want to do. And here's the cool thing. One of the biggest reasons, one of the greatest reasons why you can start an internet business, it's because you can work from anywhere. You really can. You can work from anywhere as long as you got an internet connection. And these days, you got the hotspots, right? So you really, for you not to have an internet connection would be highly unlikely, right? And don't get me wrong, sometimes we don't. But either way, you can work from anywhere. And what's so cool is that you can just pick a couple of skill sets, right? Now, one of the mistakes that people make when they come online is they try to eat the whole elephant, right? And how do you eat an elephant? You got to eat it one bite at a time, okay? You can't eat the whole freaking thing. You can't. You got to eat it one bite at a time. So when I first came online, I taught myself how to build capture pages. I didn't even know what that was. Someone just told me, said, you need to do that. You needed a blog. And that was a few years ago. And let me tell you something. I taught myself from scratch. It took me an entire year to build all that stuff. And then when I finally got done building, I'm like, okay, well, how do I get visitors? I knew nothing. I knew nothing about social media. I knew nothing about the internet. I knew nothing about traffic. I knew nothing, right? And through the course of the last several years, I had a lot of ups and downs. I had something that I wanted to do and I wanted to bring to the world, but I didn't know how to do it. And instead of focusing on quitting, and instead of focusing on other things that I could have focused on, even though I had bad days, yes, I was always focused on how can I make this happen, right? How can I? And I started to learn to be grateful, and I started to learn how to work on myself, and I worked on myself personally, and I hired coaches and mentors and people to fix up my jacked up crap in my head, right? Because that's really all it was. But what's so cool about the internet, right? And why the internet? Why now? Well, first of all, it's a trend. It's a huge trend. It does move very fast. But if you can pick a skill set, one skill set, and the one that I finally decided to pick a year ago was email marketing. It was one of the greatest things I ever did. And that is really what helped me start generating some cash flow very quickly, right? You're basically an online Groupon, or those places that you just give your email and they give you deals and stuff like that. That's all you are, right? But here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. When you come online and you choose the direction that you want to go, right? There's lots of skill sets that you can choose from. There's different systems to choose from. The reason why I choose this system is because it's simple, right? If you can just follow a few steps, it's so friggin' simple if you just follow the steps, right? You really can generate a tremendous amount of income. Now, income disclaimer, I can't guarantee that you would do that, but I will tell you, I've seen a lot of people generate a lot of income, including myself, right? You can make hundreds, thousands of dollars a day if you just follow the steps, right? Of course, I don't know what you're going to do. So once again, income disclaimer, I don't know what you're going to do. But the second thing, right? You can start with very little investment, and then you can build upon that, right? Now, if you have a larger investment, it makes it even better because there's some things that you can invest into, and you can invest into your knowledge rather quickly, because that's the key online. What you don't know, you don't know, right? And if you have the ability to invest now into skill sets that can move you faster, you will move faster. You really will. And of course, keep in mind an advertising budget. If you can have an advertising budget right out the gate, you can definitely get in business for yourself really, really fast. Are there free methods for you to start a business and to profit right away? Absolutely there are. There's lots of different methods. But you want to start in one or two places so you don't get overwhelmed. And once you master those, you build upon that. It's the same way with investing. You can invest very little and you can build that up, okay? And the third thing of why the internet, one of the biggest reasons why the internet, why you can start an online business and build it successfully, is because it really feeds into your entrepreneur spirit. There are endless things that you can do online that can help you bring out your creativity. Maybe you have a vision inside of you that you want to awaken, and you've never been able to awaken it before. And one thing I'm grateful about the system that I work with and the platform that I work with is it awakened things in me, right? I'm building some things right now for my family, and every time I learn a new skill, my vision gets bigger. It really does. Now, some days I have great days with my vision, and I believe it's really going to happen. And I still have days, right? I'm the first one to admit I still have days that are rough, right? Because sometimes when we step out to do things bigger than us, right, and you really start feeding that entrepreneur spirit, right, sometimes we can deal with a lot of opposition. But here's the thing. The internet is the most beautiful place where you can expand your creativity. You can find something you're passionate about, right? What are you passionate about? If someone comes into your house, what is naturally an extension of you? What's something that you know will be a part of you the rest of your life? You can take that hobby that you have right now and you can turn it into a multi-million-dollar empire online. I'm not saying that's going to happen overnight. I'm not. But you can do it, and you can really feed that entrepreneur spirit. And that's what I love about the internet. That's what I love about the internet. So here's what I want to challenge you to do. If you want to learn some simple strategies that can take you from zero to making however much a day, right? And then take that money and then reinvest it back into your business and watch it grow. And then when it grows, you reinvest it again and you watch it grow, because the biggest mistake that I personally made and I see other people make is they start making money and they don't reinvest it back into their business. You've got to take the income, right? Because when you take that seed and you plant it, it now builds more harvest, right? So there's a way to do it. And the reason why I'm your coach and the reason why I'm your last hope to teach you how to do this is because I've screwed up a million times and I know exactly what not to do. I know exactly what to do to get you in profit mode if you can follow the steps. There's a link below this video. If you've been following me for a while, just freaking get in. I'll connect with you. We lay out a plan. We lay out a process map. We get you going. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever passion that you want to create in your life, whatever it is that you want to bring to life, I can help ignite that for you, okay? We can bring it to life online and we can start simple. We can take one bite at a time and we can build upon that. So why the internet? Why now? Because you're in front of a trend, my friend. And this trend can benefit you and your family for the rest of your life if you act right now. So go ahead, click that link. I'll see you on the inside, and I cannot wait to help you build your dreams. Take care.